Hello, this is Kyle from Midnight Paranormal Podcast. This is our second episode. I am not here today with Gage. It's just me here alone. And today we're going to be talking about Chicken Alley and the snowmobiles around there. Anyway, the lore of this place is that it's out in middle of nowhere over by Green Bay area in Wisconsin. And there is phantom chickens on this road called Chicken Alley Road. And we went out there. We didn't record this or L or anything. We just went out there just to check everything out. And it is definitely different out there. Like, I'm pretty sure that I walked quite a bit of the road just to check to see if any of the road is like haunted or whatever. But I didn't like see or hear anything. Only thing I heard was like maybe something in the woods nearby that was could have been just a regular animal or whatever, like walking in the woods or whatever. And then between that and then one of our guys, his name is Kalen. He was out there with a voice recorder, and we he was using that out there for like speaking or EVP or whatever. And we heard some like a man's voice, I believe, or something like that over it, but I don't remember what it said or anything. It was probably like 2 years ago that we went there. And yeah, that's the story on Chicken Alley a little bit. It I guess there has been quite a bit of recordings of the phantom chickens there. It's been kind of weird with that. Like, there's a lot of history with that. And our thing that has been that people saw out there was phantom snowmobiles, which is pretty interesting, say the least. Because I wouldn't think, well, for number one, this is just a weird location that we've been to, and it just, I don't know, it's just a really weird location for ghosts and stuff. And with the phantom snowmobiles, they come out in the winter time. They're not like all year round. Where the phantom chickens are like in the spring, summer, and fall, I believe, on top of my head. And yeah, we did joke a lot around there, like about with the how we're gonna like make KFC out of the chickens and stuff to see if we could provoke them. And there has been also pictures out there where people took pictures and they saw orbs and stuff. I might link that down below if you guys want to check out the description and stuff of this place. And I guess you like stand in the middle of the road and you're supposed to hear like a man tell you get off the road or whatever. So that's like a dare you could do, I guess, out on this road, which we did it, nothing happened. So that's kind of like basically the story of Chicken Alley. Another thing that I could talk about, since this is only 5 minutes in, is I could talk about Baraboo about the phantom elephants there, which is like another weird phantom animal. Anyway, the story with the phantom elephants in Baraboo is Baraboo in Wisconsin is a big circus town back in the day that they had the Ringling Brothers and all the circus going on down there and all that. And it was, they got the museum there, Circus World now, and stuff like that. And they even have like animals and stuff still for that kind of stuff. And with the phantom elephants, they've been seen like on the roads and stuff, which is really weird. I haven't like experienced this myself or anything because I didn't really go down there to check all this stuff out. But let's say the least, that's like the weird stuff that's going on down there. It's like phantom elephants, and yeah, they've been seen down there in Baraboo with them. And then you got the chickens at Chicken Alley that are phantom. And yeah, that's really about it for like stories about like phantom animals. Wisconsin is a weird place with our lore and stuff, I guess. Okay, this is, I got a book out, Paranormal Wisconsin Dells and Baraboo by Chad Lewis. This is some of the stuff that he was writing on about this whole situation of the phantom elephants. Uh, for decades, people have whispered about the legend of gigantic phantom elephants pandering themselves all over Baraboo. These apparitions would instantly appear in the middle of the street, in someone's backyard, or undeveloped plot of land, only to disappear as quickly as they arrived. Uh, so one of the written things, documentations of these things, uh, was from 1953 of Fate magazine. Oh, I can't speak. The December issue contained the highly sensational story titled Baraboo's 10-Ton Ghost. The author referenced a 1930 newspaper article claiming that the entire town of Baraboo was in a frenzy over a ghost story. According to the author, a woman had recently moved into a sparse boarding house of 8th Street when these things suddenly took a turn for the weird. Within the first few days, 10th was repeatedly awoke in the middle of the night by strange creaking and fainting sounds wafting through the home. Over the course of a few nights, the relative being that I can't even say that word sounds exploded into the mysterious giant thumps that would rattle the entire foundation of the home. So noisy, neighbors began paying visits to the new occupants, wondering about the house's giant dwarf draft horses. So yeah, that's pretty weird with all that I just read. And on the book, they also have like an actual drawing, and you could like see right through these things. But you could tell that it's like elephant too from the magazine. And that's most of the story about the phantom elephants, which that is so weird. imagining seeing like a see-through elephant in like your backyard or something. Like I don't know what to think if I ever saw that in person. But I'm a little I don't know if I would believe in these things or not. Like it's kind of hard to tell, tell if you want to. Like I kind of want to believe in them, but yeah, it's so hard to. But I guess it makes kind of sense a little bit if a human could be this a deceased person could become a ghost, and so can probably animal. So, but just thinking about like the footsteps and the vibrations from the phantom elephants, that's just weird. Okay, so I also got the Wisconsin Road Guide to Haunted Locations by Chad Lewis and Terry Fisk. So this I'm going to reference this book and Chad Lewis's our books a lot because he does really good work with making these kind books. But anyway, the ghost lore for Chicken Alley is that, which this is for lore, which I didn't even remember about all of it. But there is phantom trees, disappearing street signs, disembodied lights, phantom snowmobiles, ghostly voices, and chickens from the grave. And the road is basically called uh, Chicken Alley. And people have reported this stuff on this road and seen several phantom chickens running down the street while they are traveling down the strange country road. These chickens were easily dis- distinguishable. I don't even know what that word is. I'm a really horrible reader with some of these words because they're kind of hard to read. But anyway, you could see right through these phantom chickens, just like the phantom elephants, which is pretty odd. And I didn't even think that this place had phantom trees, but I guess they do, which that's another weird thing that they have there. Uh, the intersections of French Road and Chicken Alley is where the ghostly voices are and where we were at staying around trying to find these voices. Uh, and they're warning signals. Okay, another thing that they said is that before leaving Chicken Alley, be sure to check your rearview mirrors, as many residents have reported seeing mysterious disembodied lights approaching them at great speeds, only to disappear right before their eyes. The lights appear in several shapes, colors, and sizes, and have approached from all directions. During the winter, sightings of phantom snowmobiles have been reported, and I remember that for some reason, but I don't remember all the other stuff because that is just a weird location. All this stuff that is at Chicken Alley is like all weird. And we haven't really witnessed any of that at all. They didn't witness any bizarre lights while driving through Chicken Alley or were able to find any records cases to explain why this area may be haunted. That's one of the things that they wrote down. We did stand in the middle of the intersection, Chicken Alley and French Road. No man yelled at them, no man yelled at us, or anything like that. Chicken Alley sign was present when they were there, as was the large disfigured tree. that is reported only to come out on a full moon night. We were not there during a full moon. And this tree, I don't even know what they're talking about because I wasn't even looking for that tree when we were there at all when we investigated it. And we did not encounter any real phantom chickens during the investigation. And we haven't ran into any phantom chickens out there either. So it's one of them places that I don't think is active at all. And I didn't go there in the winter time for the phantom snowmobiles. So I guess it's just like an interesting story to talk about. And I guess I'm going to end this podcast early because this is just like it's kind of like a quick one because you can only talk about phantom chickens and animals for so long until you get bored. So it's like, yeah. So remember to like review or like or follow us on Spotify and all that stuff. And hope you guys check out our last uh, podcast and our future podcasts because we're going to keep making these. And we got a lot of our stuff we could talk about.